All right, let's go ahead and make our JavaScript file. So over here, I'm going to make a file and I'll just call this app.js. And then in here, first we need to make a function. And we want to make a name that is useful. So I'll say compute area of rectangle so that I can kind of see what that function is going to do just by looking at the name. Okay. Now, in the end, I'm going to want to say, have some type of logic like this, right? Return width times length or something. But first, I have to get that data from the HTML. So I'm going to split right on this so that I can see them both easily. We have an ID of length and an ID of width. And so I'll say let L equals document dot get element by ID, length is what we called it, dot value. I'm going to copy that line of code, and then I'll say W for a different variable, and then we're getting the W from the width ID. Okay, then we want to compute the area and then output it for the user. So I'll say let area equals length times width, and then we'll say document dot get element by ID, and then we need an output spot, right? So I'm going to make a new paragraph down here, and I'll give it an ID of output, and I'll leave it empty. But then in our JavaScript, I'll say output dot inner HTML equals area. Okay, so let's see if this works. First, we need to go ahead and reference this from our app.html file so that we can actually call this function. And then we need to call the function on the button click. So I'll say compute area of rectangle, just like that. Okay, let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. I'm going to hit refresh. I'm going to say 5 and 4 and calculate, and we get an error. Okay, it says compute area of rectangle is not defined. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to copy this and just make sure that I'm calling it the right thing. Okay, so we're referencing app.js. They're in the same folder. That looks good. And then I'm just going to paste that right there, and let's see if this works for us. Okay, I'm just making sure all the text matches. All right, I'm going to hit refresh, and I'm going to hit 5 and 4 and calculate, and it says 0. Okay, that was some pretty bad math. Let's look over here, and we say length times width. It should have been 5 times 4. So to work through this, we're going to debug this and see why this isn't working. And we're going to see if we can fix this program.